Hey, it's Josh and Chantel, and this is Wake Up Classy 97, the podcast. It's a replay of today's full show in about an hour.
It's Thursday, February 13th. Today on the show, I'm housing multiple frogs in my throat.
You got better. You can't tell
did.
now, but
I did
earlier
get
this
better.
morning, before you were talking regularly, boy, did you sound like a crazy person.
We celebrate World Radio Day.
Happy World Radio Day!
Woo-wee.
Yeah, thanks for using the radio.
Yeah. Our daughter is self-taught in many aspects of her life.
And I think she appreciates that she's self-taught in all of them. I figured it out.
Just like I
Crosses
do
her
everything else.
I'm just an independent woman. That's what she told me the other day. And then she said, hey, can you open this water bottle? And I said, I thought you were an independent woman. Yeah, it was pretty good.
Meat bread with ketchup is so gross.
Ew. Who does that? Tito. That's who.
We play Halvesies.
Yeah, and we're pretty good at it,
We're
actually.
pretty good at it. Stealth camping has me all freaked out.
Where would you stealth camp in East
wouldn't.
Idaho? I know, but if
I
you had
wouldn't.
to pick, where would you stealth camp urban in East Idaho?
I'm trying to think of a secluded area.
Anywhere on the ISU campus?
Yeah.
There's plenty of little
There is.
bushes next to
Yep.
buildings you can
You're
camp
right.
in.
Yeah, there.
There.
I'd pick there.
Okay.
Now everyone knows where I'm going to stealth camp.
Don't go looking in the bushes by the ISU campus. You might find a Chantel.
Our son has had enough with all the questions.
Yeah, could you just, here she goes. Here she
Oh,
goes.
here she goes.
Oh.
Oh, here she goes. Chubbs' motorcycle ride.
Slow down.
Slow down. And running through the forest.
Yeah, watch out for that tree.
Sorry about yesterday's performance.
What about it?
Just forget about it. Forget about it.
Okay.
I'm behind in my ASL class. I'm not behind.
It says you're behind.
I'm not behind.
Oh, but it says Chantel's behind in her ASL class, so you must be.
No, I'm not. And the new record has been set in Mike Tyson Punch Out.
Oh, 1-2. 1-2.
Yeah, 1-2.
Thanks for listening to our show. We hope you'll subscribe wherever you're listening and rate the show. We're on socials and on YouTube as well, so you can subscribe to our channel. You can check out videos. Just search for Wake Up Classy 97.
Here's today's show.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Oh, no. What is that?
It's okay.
What was that?
I got a little bit of a scratchy throat.
I hear it. It sounds like a whole family of frogs lives in there.
There's a whole family.
Oh,
living
my
there.
goodness.
They've moved in.
Wow.
Good morning.
Oh no. I haven't heard you speak yet this
No,
morning. I live
haven't
with you.
spoken.
And we got ready and we just didn't say anything, as we don't usually, as we're kind of rushing around the house to get ready for the day. But here you are.
Here I am.
Oh my
And
goodness.
I could feel it coming last night.
Well, you said
could feel it.
yesterday you felt a little scratchy in your throat.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And then when I woke up this morning, I went, yeah.
Well, keep it for
So
yourself.
I got my cough drops.
Oh, you need a fisherman's friend is what you need.
I don't have any of those.
I have some.
And I also brought some tea
Okay.
because I like peppermint tea to help.
Yeah. With
And
some
there's
lemon in there and some honey.
I forgot my honey.
Ah, I'm right here. Well, I'm sorry to hear that you sound so cruddy.
Me too.
You feel okay though?
I
You
feel
have
fine.
a little scratchy throat.
I mean, yesterday I felt terrible. I had a terrible headache yesterday.
Right. And now you have a scratchy throat today. Let's keep track of those symptoms.
Okay.
I
Why?
don't know. In case it's a zombie thing or something.
No, I'm not patient zero.
Well, I just, it's important to know.
All right.
No,
I'm writing it down.
we don't. I'm just
Headache.
messing around.
Sore
Uh-huh.
throat.
Okay. Great. No
I feel-
fever.
no, I feel
Which has
fine.
been good. We've been checking that, so that's good. All right. You feel fine. Other than you sound like this.
I feel great.
Okay.
It sounds better, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Maybe
it'll loosen up.
He
See,
just needs to wake up. We're
yeah,
okay.
I've been doing this talking for a living thing for a lot of years, and I will tell you, there are days where you can't win. There are some days where you're just like, my voice is just destroyed, and it's going to be a bad day. But I know that as you talk through the morning, it'll loosen up. You'll feel a little bit better about it. And then, it might not be perfect for a few days, but you will get to where you can function a little bit smoother.
Okay. Thanks, Doc.
No, not Doc, just talk. Yeah.
That's two bad jokes in one 5-minute period. I can't even with you today.
It wasn't even 3 minutes. That's two fantastic jokes in under 3 minutes. I'm going for a record.
Fantastic.
Yeah. I can't even hear the noise you're making. I could hear it out of my headphones, but not in the microphone. That was weird. Try that noise again. Huh, now I can hear it.
Okay.
Before, I couldn't hear it. It was like you had a different mouth on the other side of the room. That was wild.
It'd be cool if I could throw my mouth. I'm over here.
Yeah.
No, I'm over here. No, I'm over here. I don't know.
Good morning. Hey.
Hey.
It's very exciting news today.
What is it?
Today is World Radio Day.
Is it?
Yeah, so back in 2011, they're called UNESCO, and I don't know what that stands for. I could look it up. But they had a conference November 3rd, 2011, and during that conference, they said, you know what, we need to celebrate radio. And so they determined that today, February 13th, would be World Radio Day. And
it is the United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization.
There you go. And it celebrates the enduring power of radio in shaping societies.
Hey,
that's what it's all about.
Enduring power.
Right. Isn't that something? I mean,
Radio.
People come around and they're like, no way, man. We're going to get it. We're going to get radio. We're going to get it.
Who says
and they
that?
Don't. Well, video, for one.
Video killed the radio star.
Tried and failed. I do say.
Who else tried?
Everybody. Pick a thing. Satellite radio is going to kill radio. No, it's not.
You know why? Because radio is free.
Well, there's that. That's important. That's a really important factor.
Yeah.
But also, it consumes and adapts and is a chameleon and can utilize its competition as a tool to help it grow. And that is a unique thing that radio can do.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Internet is going to come along? Okay, we'll use the internet. Boom, we're on the internet. Internet didn't go anywhere. We just got more reach. Now we can stream all across the world. We got apps. We're on phones. Phones are going to kill the radio. No, we're there.
Who said phones are going to kill radio?
Everybody says everything's going to kill it.
I never, ever heard any of these things.
Except
video killed the radio.
Just that song.
That's the only
that MTV came out swinging with. Watch this. Okay, MTV, what you doing now? Where are you now?
A bunch of
Rob Dyrdek reruns.
And,
that's where they are.
Yeah, and I can't. Reality shows. I couldn't think of that word.
Reality shows and ridiculousness. That's what's happening.
Yeah, MTV.
That's what I'm saying.
Music television with no music.
There, now that I've gloated about the industry.
And we've slammed MTV.
Happy Radio Day.
How do we celebrate appropriately?
Well, that's a good question.
Listen to the radio. Done.
Make radio.
Done. Next.
Buy a radio.
Done.
I mean, a new one? I don't know.
A new one?
Yeah. Download our app and then, call the studio. There's lots of ways you can interact with radio on Radio Day.
Celebrate Radio Day in your own way.
Yeah,
I do.
We've been doing this since the 20s. It's been around for a long time. The 1920s. It's been around for over 100 years. Radio. Mm-hmm.
Still kicking it.
That's right.
Still doing good, radio.
Here to stay. Not going anywhere.
Killing it.
Would you like some good news?
Absolutely.
Let me tell you about 8-year-old Jason Jackson.
I like hearing good news about kids because kids are the bomb.
So 8-year-old Jason Jackson, he's from Findlay, Ohio. And he's already been through some pretty serious challenges. He has spinal muscular atrophy.
Oh, no.
And throughout his childhood, he has been in and out of the Columbus Hospital. And his experiences have inspired him now to try to give back. His mom, Brittany, helped him set up a Facebook account with a request for teddy bear donations to give to the kids in the hospital. And it was a humongous success. He has collected nearly 600 teddy bears. with some donations coming in from as far away as Tokyo.
Wow.
Isn't that wild? It's the second year that he has thought of others on his birthday. This year was even more successful than last year. He said, I decided to do it because I didn't want anybody to become nervous or scared or anything like that before surgery, so I decided to make them joyful. So
That's
he's
great.
been collecting teddy bears to give to kids at the hospital, which is pretty amazing.
That is pretty amazing. Aw.
And I imagine they all had to be new. It looks like there was an Amazon list set up or something. People could go and purchase a bear, and they were shipped, so they were all new. And it's pretty great. Jason's got a bunch of packages. I mean, tons of packages. It looks like a warehouse of teddy bears.
Of teddy bears?
Yeah, it's pretty great.
Aw.
So
Did they have to be teddy
well
bears,
done.
or could they be any stuffed animal?
You know what? I don't know for sure. Let me see if I can find a link to the page. I don't see a link to the page.
Okay.
So I don't know for sure.
It doesn't matter. Teddy bear is still great. Did you have a teddy bear when you were a kid?
I had my glowworm.
Oh, you did have
Yeah.
a glowworm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Each year, as I said, gets bigger and bigger. Last year, he got 450 bears. This year, he said, I want to get 550. He got 589.
Oh.
So, well done.
Good job, Jason.
Well done. Beating the goal. Is there a next year goal? He says he's already thinking about his plans for next year, continuing his birthday tradition into 2026. And he wants to top what he did this year to give back to even more kids. So, very cool. It's
Good job.
news.
What a good story.
Yeah, good news to get you
Inspiring
going.
Emery came out of her bedroom last night and said, look, I taught myself how to hand crochet.
Yeah, I walked in to say, hey, what's going on? And she was sitting behind her bed. I couldn't see her. And she said, I learned how to hand crochet. And then with this crochet thing she was working on, just held it up with both hands.
Yeah, because they're
And
attached.
yeah, right? And I was like, well, neat. She was very excited.
Yeah.
And she ran out of yarn.
I know.
So she's got to get more yarn.
She says to me, I taught myself how to hand crochet. And I said, that's fantastic. And she goes, yeah, I have to teach myself how to do everything.
Oh, man.
And I went, ouch. What a dig.
I mean, no one in the house knew how to do
I
that.
didn't know how to hand
so
crochet.
she was going to have to learn that on her own or ask someone outside of the house.
I think she's also referencing the fact that she had to teach herself how to French braid.
Her hair. But that skips a generation. Your mom knows how, you don't, and now she does.
But here's the thing. I do know how.
Yeah.
I just don't do it well.
Okay.
So it's always a loosey-goosey mess. I
That's
don't know
fine.
how to do it tight like some people can do it
That's like
tight.
a scientific fact thing, though.
Is
Like
it?
they said, that's a skill that skips a generation.
But it's also, I don't know how I would have been able to teach her.
Right.
We don't have any other heads of hair for her to learn on in our house.
Can't use mine.
But also, I did try to teach her.
Yeah.
But as you and I both know, she doesn't take lessons very well from me.
That's true. It is true. Something about the way, your style, the voice. I don't know what it is.
I don't
She's
either.
like, nah,
Exactly.
I'll go learn this somewhere else.
I'll either teach myself or I'll learn this from Dad. That's what she's done her whole life. Her whole life. And that's fine with me because you are more patient and the two of you communicate better than she
but
and I
don't
can
know
communicate.
Do you think it's patience?
I don't know. I don't know what it is. But
Yeah.
you taught her how to ride her bike. You taught her how to rollerblade. You taught her how to. What else did you teach her how to
I
do?
don't know.
You're probably going to teach her how to drive.
Well, that's probably a good thing.
It's just the facts of the matter. I taught her how to use the restroom.
Well, good job.
I potty trained
Let's
her.
go.
I taught her how to walk. I taught her how to tie her shoes.
Okay.
So she's wrong. I should have come back.
You need
I
to
should have
clap
clapped back.
Yeah, there's your clap back.
Dang it.
I taught you to walk.
Taught you how to read.
Yeah.
I taught you how to do everything.
Yeah. That's right. How to make a grilled cheese sandwich wrong.
What? No.
Butter instead of mayo.
No. You're so wrong.
See?
You're wrong, bud.
I think I'm pretty right.
I can't even believe I didn't think of that comeback yesterday. I'm kicking myself.
I see. You gonna say it later and be
Yeah.
like it wasn't a day in
Yes,
between?
yes.
Yeah.
I was-
Listen, I've been
Hey.
thinking about it, and I gotta tell you,
And here I am,
Yeah.
as your mother. This is the emotional
That's
thing
right.
to do,
I
the
got
emotionally
things-
mature thing to
I got
say.
things to say to you. Yeah, and then hit your hand on the counter. It'll go well.
It will go well.
It'll be perfect.
All right, I'm going to call out my friend here.
Okay.
I love him. He's amazing. He did something weird last night.
All right.
And I want to see, not weird. He thought it was amazing. And you do you, bud.
Okay.
He was happy as can be. He is out of town in Austin. So he's
in Austin, Texas.
Yes.
Okay.
And he was all alone in his hotel, and he ordered some room service.
Okay.
Or he got dinner. I think he got it somewhere else and then just took it back to his hotel room.
Okay.
Now, if it were you and you were all alone in a strange city and you were grabbing dinner for yourself and taking it back to your hotel room, what would you get?
Oh, I guess it would depend. Like if I'm in a city that I've never been to and there's somewhere near the hotel, I mean, I've got maps and I've got Ubers and I've got ways to get around. I might find something like a nice burger, like a local burger place. If I'm in Texas, maybe that sounds right.
Yeah.
I might try something different. I'd get something that I wouldn't always have access to.
Okay.
But because I don't mind trying a new place.
Right.
I'm into that.
He got meatloaf.
It wouldn't be that. It would not be the meatloaf. No.
And he was very happy with his meatloaf.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to throw shade on his meatloaf.
I'm going to tell you right now, it's been probably 30 years since I've had a meatloaf.
Exactly.
It's been a really long time.
It's been a long time. And the only meatloaf I've ever had is my mom's meatloaf. And my mom was a pretty decent cook.
Okay.
But I don't like, I don't know. I don't like meatloaf.
Is it because of its meat?
Yeah,
it's like
partially.
It's meat bread.
Yeah.
Let's be clear. It's meat bread. But for some reason, it's got that crust ketchup on the outside. And I can't do that. You know the little dried bit of ketchup that you peel off the bottle and throw away because it's gross? You just covered your entire meat bread with that. Not into it. I'm not into it. And then, as if that wasn't enough, you got to put a pool of that same ketchup on the plate next to your slice of meat bread so that you can even make it edible. I'm not into meatloaf.
Well, see, and that's the thing. What I was trying to say was that I've only ever had my mom's meatloaf.
Yeah.
I haven't had like fancy
that's
restaurant meatloaf.
And there may be some that are like, we don't use ketchup. We use some preservative or some
kind of
fancy
gravy.
thing. A gravy?
I don't know. Like I said, I see meatloaf on the menu. I'm skipping right past.
I got to look up no ketchup meatloaf sauces. Italian meatloaf. And then in parentheses, no ketchup. Like, this meatloaf is okay. Brown sugar tomato glaze. That's just homemade ketchup.
Yeah, it is.
With tomato sauce. That's just ketchup. Ketchup glaze, they call it.
Ketchup glaze. Gross.
Somebody said use barbecue sauce, use plain tomato sauce. Somebody said don't use anything at all.
His looked like it had barbecue sauce.
Somebody said hoisin sauce. Somebody said they make, I can't even understand these words. It's not fancy, but a can of jellied cranberry sauce and a jar of chili sauce heated together makes a simple and very tasty glaze.
Oh.
Somebody said sausage gravy.
That
kind
one caught
you would
my
use
eye.
For biscuits gravy.
Go back. The cranberry, what was it?
Jellied cranberry sauce and a jar of chili sauce.
Yeah, I like both of
heated
those.
together. And then somebody said, that sounds like it'd be great on turkey meatloaf. Turkey meat bread.
A thing of meat that you pack together. I can't even hardly stand a meatball, let alone a meatloaf.
Yeah. Somebody said just put bacon on it. That's just more meat on your meat bread.
Just eat the bacon. You don't need to have the meatloaf.
It's never going to be the meatloaf for me.
Never for me either. But he was happy as a clam with his meatloaf in his hotel room.
Good for him.
I know.
Good for him.
And then we were Marco Poloing, he and I and another friend of ours. And the two of them were going back and forth like, oh, you do you. I like meatloaf. I would happily have meatloaf.
No way.
And I said, I don't like meatloaf.
No. It's 0 times out of 10 is it ever going to be meatloaf for
No.
me. It's just not going to be. It's not going to be meatloaf. No.
Oh, sorry. It's me.
Hello. Hi. Good morning.
Was it yesterday we talked about doing this or the other day? I think it was actually the other day. You were telling me a story about cutting things in half.
It's Halvesies.
We're talking about halves.
Yeah, this was earlier this week, maybe on Monday. I saw a video, and it was just something I stumbled across. There was this game in Germany. It was sort of like a minute-to-win-it style game, and one of the challenges was that they had to pick an item from a table of various items, and then they had to, by weight, cut the item exactly in half. So you and I, you were like, we got to play this game. You called it Halvesies.
Yep.
I called it cut it in half.
That's not as cool as halvesies.
Clearly.
You want to play halvesies?
Right.
Yes.
So we played a game of halvesies.
Well, I tried to look to see what we could find. I had one pepper.
Yeah.
And I said, I only have one pepper. What else?
But then
are we
you were like,
use?
here's an onion. And I was like, ooh, an onion is really difficult.
How?
Because there's so much mass. It's really hard to determine. Like a bread, the thing you chose, while it's light, it's airy, it was a good shape.
It was a pretty dense piece of bread.
I saw it. It took a minute to cut through. And then I chose the pepper, but the pepper is hollow inside. However, it does have like the seeds and the thing that holds the seeds, and you can't see that from the outside. So I was very much like, how am I going to determine how to cut this thing exactly in half? So my strategy, and by the way, if you want to see this video, it's all over on our socials. It's on YouTube. It's on Instagram, Facebook, everywhere else. Threads. You can go watch the thing. It's everywhere. What my strategy was, originally I was going to start at the large end where the stem is at and where those seeds and that interior stuff would be. And then I thought, if I start there, I'm not going to have any room to modify, because if I only have the little part of the pepper left, I'm not going to be able to compensate for a weight change if I screw it up there.
Okay.
So I started at the bottom to kind of see if it was going to be pretty balanced. It was easily balanced. I went, okay, we're good here. And then I switched up and went, let's cut the stem right in half and then try to sort of see how much pepper is on each side. That's what I did.
Holy
Don't
moly.
roll your eyes at me.
That was a long way to the well
was
there,
my
bud.
strategy. It was my strategy. I was going through strategy background.
Guess what?
Know?
My strategy was, do I cut it long ways or short ways?
Yeah,
I cut
heard
it long
about
ways, and then I cut it in half.
Yeah.
That was my whole strategy.
And it went pretty well, I would say.
It went perfectly.
I mean,
are you crazy?
Your bread
Perfect.
weighed 2.1 ounces.
Yeah.
So ideally, you would want 1 ounce on each side.
Ideally.
Roughly. An ounce and 0.05. So you got to your one slice was 1.1 and your other was 0.9, which made
I don't know.
that.
We never weighed the other piece.
What's what it would weigh?
Well, we
Because
didn't weigh it though, did we?
I did. I said it there. It was 0.9.
Oh, I didn't see you.
So
weigh it.
you got 1.1 and 0.9, which is very close. And out of 2.1, you got exactly to 2.1, 1.1 and 0.9.
Well,
so,
yeah, of course you're going to get to that.
Yeah. I'm just saying, you got your half. You got your half mark.
I know I did. Because I'm good.
Yeah.
It's cutting things in half.
Right. And then mine was 2.8, right? And it's 2.8 ounces. And so I needed to get 1.4 on each one. And I got 1.3. I was so close. I needed 2 seeds from the other side to have been on that side, and I would have been just fine. But what are you going to do?
It was kind of fun.
Yeah, it was an interesting challenge.
It took, 5 minutes max?
Yeah. But it also kind of puts you to the test to think about things not necessarily just sitting in front of you, because you got to think about what's inside of it and how is it going to weigh out.
You thought too much about it. You really did. You really thought too much about it.
Maybe.
Just cut it in half, bud.
Well, I'm not going to there's strategy involved. Oh,
let me hear about it again.
So
Tell
what
me
I
about
did,
your strategy.
the thing that I did was I took time to really focus on whether or not the seeds were going to be where I needed them to be, you know?
Cut it. Shut it down. So you stumbled upon, I don't even know how to even start this. We were watching some YouTube last night, and you said, hey, have you seen this ASMR camping? And I went, nope.
Yeah.
Nope, I haven't.
This guy's got hundreds of thousands of views on videos where he just sets up camp in the rain or the snow. He just goes camping with his dog. It's like solo camping, and he just sets up stuff. And there's very little talking, if any. Usually there's just words across the screen if there's something he wants to share in the story. And, that's really all there is to it.
Do you ever see him, the guy, or just his campsite?
No, you see him there setting everything up. Yeah, you bet. Did you fall asleep that quick?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Did you turn it on?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
You were out that quick?
Yep.
Man, maybe that's the thing. You just need the sounds of somebody doing work puts you out. Holy smokes, you're done.
Oh, I can't.
That is crazy.
You do the work. I'll just lay here.
I'll be asleep. That really zonked you out that quick?
I was out. Wow. It was also late.
I understand,
and
it was late.
I didn't feel so great. So
sure. No, I get all of that. That just blows my mind, though. I thought you were awake for a lot longer. I thought you were really...
No. I mean, I watched, because as we were going through these ASMR camping videos, just scrolling through them, we came upon a thing called stealth camping.
Okay. We watched all the stealth camping ones before I turned on the ASMR.
And I saw all of the stealth camping ones.
The whole thing.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool.
Was it?
I mean, look, this guy has been doing it for a handful of years, and he started out of like, I want to know what it's like to do this. And he does, like, he's done it in the middle of a roundabout.
Yeah, we
in the middle of a
city.
One. He is just camped out there for a night.
I don't understand the point.
Well, it's camping, for one. His whole thing was that he said...
But it's not camping, though. It's not.
I mean, what is camping if that's not camping?
I don't know.
It's camping. It just because he's specifically set out. He's taking a camp stove. He's got his gear. He's setting up a sort of a makeshift shelter of sorts inside
I just
of
looked
bushes.
Up the definition of camping.
Okay.
The activity of spending a vacation living in a camp, tent, or camper.
There you go.
He has,
He's
he
camping.
just got a sleeping bag. He's got a pad. But I don't.
That's cowboy camping.
Why doesn't he just go to the woods?
Because he said the campgrounds were expensive, and they were all far away. He lives in an urban area, and he said, I want to go camping, but it's expensive, and so I'm going to find a way to do it on the cheap. I have a sleeping bag, I have a pad, I have a stove and a pot, and I'm going to go hide in some bushes and camp. And that's what he does. That's how he and he films it, and he gets tons and tons of views his stealth camping.
So he was outside of a business. I don't know where he lives. It was a busier city.
He was in Canada.
Oh.
He was like in Edmonton or something. I don't know.
It was outside of a business, and there was like some bushes.
Yeah.
And he put his pot in there. He put his food in there.
Yeah.
He was across the street from a 24-hour gas station.
Yeah, so he had a bathroom.
So he had a restroom.
Right.
And then, I don't know. And he had an instant, or not an instant pot.
He had a big pressure cooker.
A pressure cooker.
Which, look, as a
That's
backpacker,
loud.
camper guy that I am, I'm like, dude, what are you doing cooking with a pressure cooker?
You're trying to be stealthy. A pressure cooker is not stealth.
And then he says, look, you can't, if you're going to be stealth camping, you can't be hitting that pressure button and letting all the pressure out at once. All your steam will give you away. And I'm like, why are you using a pressure cooker in the first place? Weird.
Yeah, the whole thing was
It was
weird.
huge.
I don't know. I don't know about the whole thing. I'm not going to camp in bushes.
You don't think so?
But then he's sitting there and he's like, I got to move. I got to stand up. This is not comfortable. I'm like, yeah, you're crouched in the bushes like a weirdo. What the heck are you doing?
Oh, that's funny. He was stealth camping. And there's a ton of videos online of people stealth camping. You can go check that out. But it's become a hobby thing. Like, do you remember? And I believe they probably were set up because they would have to be. But do you remember our kids would watch videos? A couple of different guys, they would do like 24-hour challenges in a Walmart or whatever, and they would they would like put the toilet paper in a strategic way, and they would hide behind the toilet paper for 24 hours and stuff. Like, no way.
Well, and so here's this guy in these bushes, and then he's kind of filming outside of the bushes, and so there's people walking by, and he's like, they don't even know I'm here. They don't even know I'm here. And I go, okay, now you've creeped me out, because now I'm going to be walking past some bushes and being like, oh, who's in there?
Who's in those bushes?
Yeah, who's camping out in those bushes?
Yeah, you just never know.
Who's stealth camping in the roundabouts? Now I'm freaked out. Now you freaked me out. If I was
we'll
walking
stick to the
by,
ASMR ones instead.
Yes.
Yeah.
If I was walking by bushes and some guy popped out of the bushes and was like, oh, I just needed to stretch my legs.
Just standing up.
I'd be like, I'm running for the hills. I'm outie.
I would like to watch you run for the hills. I think that would be quite the sight. I would like to see that. If you're bored and looking for something to watch, we have YouTube. You can follow Classy 97 KLCE on YouTube.
Maybe we could do our own stealth camping
somewhere. Could. We sure could. Right here in the studio. Set up a fort. We can bring in blankets and chairs.
Yeah.
We're stealth camping at work. No one knows we're here. Shh. I got to stretch my legs, poke my head up out through the fort, and there's our boss. And I go, I've been caught.
You have.
You have no air. What's going on? All morning you've been fighting this throat thing. How's your throat? Let's check in. We started the show 6 a.m. You were having some issues. How's things now?
Fine.
I'm fine.
I was just choking on something.
Oh.
Not sore throat related.
Okay.
Good. Just a different problem. I'm okay now.
Did you get your breath?
Yeah,
Do you need a drink?
No, I'm okay.
Are you okay?
Here we go. I'm fine.
Your eyes are watering. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Do you need the Heimlich?
No.
Okay, good deal.
I really am fine.
All right, super.
Okay. Here's what I was going to talk about.
I'm ready.
You have a dentist appointment coming up soon. And I said, hey, we were eating dinner last night. I said, hey, when is your dentist appointment?
Yeah.
And you said, oh, this day. And I said, okay. And then Beck, through his dinner, says, no, here we go.
Oh.
And I go, what?
Yeah.
And he goes, oh, here we go.
Because he has appointments often, whether it's orthodontist or doctor or whatever it is, and you're really good about keeping everyone's calendar. And so he's like, here it goes. She's going to remind you 600 times before your appointment.
No, it wasn't even that. It was, and he and I have had this conversation before, where he says she's going to ask you everything about your appointment. When you get done with your appointment, she's going to say, what'd they say? And what the doctor said? And what did you say? And how does it look now? And what's that going to cost? And how about this?
And when is your next appointment? And did you schedule it? And did you ask this question?
So he's going on and on. Oh, here we go.
Why are you so inquisitive about everyone's appointments?
So I said, so sorry.
Yeah.
I will not take any interest in any of your lives ever again.
Well, listen.
You
listen. My point is you can care without being so inquisitive. Maybe you just be like, did everything go okay?
It's not even
and you go, yep.
Fine.
I'm just
and it's fine. It's fine. Maybe I asked of you guys what I would like you to ask of me.
That's what's really going on.
No one ever asks me about my life.
Holy cow. Holy cow. That is not it at all.
Yes, sir. I come home and I say, hey, how was everybody's day? Mm-hmm. One by one, I ask you.
Mm-hmm.
And I ask meaningful, purposeful questions.
Right.
Does anyone say, hey, Mom, how was your day? Yes, Emery does. You know why?
Because she's your favorite. Because the day is, I'm at home. I don't want to think about how the day was. I put the day away. If you want to know, hang out all day, then you'll know. How'd it go? Well, I was there. I saw. Okay, cool. You know?
Yeah, I'll just follow you around all day.
Right.
Whatever. Fine. I'm
What?
not gonna. No, I'm not.
No.
I just have an
What?
interest in your lives.
That's
so
nice.
I'm sorry.
No, don't be sorry. That's good.
Oh, Beck has a problem.
I don't have a problem.
Oh, here we go.
Right. He just wants to not worry about it, which I get.
Cranky. He's a cranky old man.
There's that.
We live with a cranky old young person.
Mm-hmm.
He's a 75-year-old in a 20-year-old body.
That's right. And you go, just leave me alone. I don't want to talk about it.
I know.
Move on with the day. Go away. Get off my lawn.
Yeah, you kids. I was watching TikTok last night, and I saw an old game that I used to play as a kid with my niece and nephew when they were little.
What's the game?
I went, I got to go do this to Emery. And she was in her room working on some
I
homework.
remember.
It was a nice break. And she even said, I needed that.
Oh, okay, good.
It is the game. I don't know what the game called.
Well, you squish your face up, and then it's something about
Chubbs.
my name is...
Hi, my name is Chubbs.
Yeah.
My dad's name's Chubbs, too.
Right. And then you go on a motorcycle ride, and then you're like, you got to go faster, you got to go faster. And then by the time you're done, your face is all peeled back.
Because you're going so fast.
And then you're like, slow down, slow down, slow down. Yeah, that thing. Another similar version of that game was the running through the forest game. Have you ever played that one?
Oh, yeah.
And you're walking through the forest, and then you see a bear, and then you start running, and then you start running, and then you're running faster, and the hands are going flying by the sides of your face. And then watch out for that tree, and you get smacked in the forehead.
And you get smacked in the forehead.
Yeah, that's a game you play with your siblings.
Yeah. I got to play that with our kids.
No, it's a terrible game.
No, they'll get it.
They'll get it. Yeah, they will. They'll get it right up beside the face.
Running through the forest.
Uh-huh.
And then there was the other one where you used to take somebody's arm. Do you remember doing this one? And you could do like raindrops, and you would do raindrops on your arm. And then you'd do like lightning where you would kind of pinch them. And then you would do, I don't remember what the outcome of that one was.
I don't know either.
You don't remember that one?
No.
These are all games that used to play before the internet.
No. before we just sat around watching videos all day.
This was the kind of fun you had to make up on your own.
Yeah.
I don't remember. You don't remember doing that one on the arm?
I don't think so.
You would do raindrops and.
I remember there was a way you could push on the inside of a hand and then close it real tight and then like rub it, and then if you opened it and you did the thing, it'd feel like a string was being pulled out of your hand. And then you would
sew it. I never could get that to work. I never got that feeling. Did you get that feeling?
I don't know, maybe.
Or maybe
I pretended to. Maybe it was one of those things where you're like, no, everybody's doing is cool. Oh, yeah, that feels weird. I don't know. It was a long time ago.
And nobody ever really felt it.
That was the 90s.
What a good time the 90s were.
Yeah?
Playing Chubbs and running through the forest and planting seeds. Maybe that's what it was. You were planting seeds on your arm. So you had to plow the field. You don't remember this at all?
No.
Oh, we got to play this.
I'm okay. You don't even remember how to play it.
I'll find out.
You're like, I don't remember the outcome of how this is supposed to work. Let's play. What? Why?
I'm sure I can find it on the internet.
Okay. Good luck to you.
I can't remember if it's weather or if it's planting something.
Uh-huh.
You might be planting seeds. I know that there's like some pinching involved.
Okay.
But then there's like nice, soft, like when you plow the fields, it's a nice scratch or raindrops. Maybe it's just you're planting and then you water the plants and that's the rain.
Maybe. It might be.
I'm going to find out. And then I'm going to need your arm.
My whole arm?
Yep.
Okay.
Well, just your forearm. Just this part.
Okay.
The forearm.
All right. Well, as long as it kind of feels like a back scratch, I'll be totally into it.
I promise.
Yeah. You could try it on my whole back. Try it on my whole back.
No,
See
that's
what
not
happens.
how it works.
I might.
It's just on your arm.
You might try like poking and then plowing the field. You know, you gotta make rows. That sounds nice. I like that part.
At work, inappropriate.
Just for a back scratch?
Yeah.
Just go use the door jamb like everybody else?
Like a bear?
Yeah, everybody else just bear scratches up on the wall. Okay, cool. No, not at work. Just later.
I know.
You can scratch
Can you
my
imagine if you just took off your shirt?
No.
And then you're like, Chantel,
Just give me a back scratch. Yeah, back scratching. People walking by.
Coworkers
Going, what is happening? I'm getting a back scratch.
just getting a back scratch. Mind your business.
Yeah, go away. Hey.
Hey.
Have you ever wanted to go ride a sleigh that is horse-drawn and look at elk?
Yes.
You have?
Yes.
Whilst wearing like a bunch of winter clothes to stay warm.
Sure. And have a
blankets
cup
and
of hot
stuff.
cocoa?
And yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So Brush Buck Tours is a group that actually does this out of Jackson. And they had a Super Bowl ad that aired during the game on Sunday. Which was kind of cool. They were featured in a Super Bowl ad, which is kind of fun. And I don't know if the ad was directly for them or if it was, it's actually about using Google's Gemini AI and stuff is what it was for.
Okay.
Anyway, you can check this out at eastidahonews.com. They've got a whole story about this group and kind of what they do. But they do these tours. And they they go back and talk about like the beginnings of this group and kind of how they got started and how you can kind of book them and you can go to their website and all that kind of stuff. And they have a link to the commercial as well that you can check out. But I thought that was kind of neat. You see these people spending big bucks, like Google has the money to do that. Brushbuck Wildlife Tours might not necessarily be in a position to go, we're going to spend millions of dollars on a 30-second commercial that's going to run during the big game. But they were featured in one, which I think is pretty cool when you get something kind of local, regional like that happening. So, which is pretty cool. And they see all kinds of wildlife. They see, bison, obviously. They talk about grizzly bears and moose and wolves that they see.
Cool.
Yeah, right? And they get people from all over the world that come to Jackson all the time for tourist stuff. And they'll go out on these tours and show them some of the nature that we have right here in our backyard. Which is always fascinating to me. Like when I went and did my my backpacking trip a couple of years ago through Yellowstone, and I was almost sad about the whole thing because it's been there my entire life, and it was the first time in my 40s I'm walking through and seeing stuff that's been here the whole time that I was missing out on, and I had no idea. And that's what's going on. We got all this nature around us.
Got some really cool things in the backyard.
That we go like, what are we doing? We're just taking all this for granted. You got to go check it out. So anyway, if you want to learn more about these guys, Brushbuck Tours, and you want to see their big game commercial, you can check it out at eastidahonews.com. It's pretty cool.
I will go check it out.
Go check it out.
I will. I want to apologize and also thank you, Josh, because you carried the show yesterday.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Because you weren't feeling well?
I had a terrible, terrible headache.
Yeah.
Migraine level bad.
Right.
The headphones were bothering me. I couldn't even wear the headphones. I couldn't handle the light. There was times I would just I would take a little nap on the desk in between when we were talking. There was one bit that you were talking about where you were talking about birthdays. And you said, well, whose birthday is it today? Take a guess. And I was like, I can't even. I was holding my head in my hands on the desk, and I was like, I can't. Just talk. You talk. I'm just going to lay.
Let's guess whose birthday is today. Let's make up for it. Yesterday was Christina Ricci, which was
and that was
a fun thing for me.
And that was a big deal for you because you love her.
I know. And Abraham Lincoln.
Yes.
Also having a big birthday.
Did you say Abe Lincoln?
That's right, I did. Today, guess whose birthday is today? Guess whose birthday? Guess who turned 46 today? Born in 1979.
1979.
Female actress.
An actress. How old?
46.
46.
Mm-hmm.
1979.
Yeah. You're going to think of this person as this person you know as a teen actress.
A teen actress?
Yeah.
I can't even think of a single person. I don't know.
Mina Suvari.
Oh.
46 today.
She was in like a few things in the 90s
as
and then she kind of disappeared.
Right. Yeah. She's actually been in more recently. She has been in she's in that Reagan movie. with, what's his name? Dennis Quaid?
Oh, what's his name?
Yeah.
Dennis Quaid.
Yeah, plays Ronald Reagan.
I like Dennis Quaid.
Yeah, he's in that. That also has Scott Stapp in it, by the way.
Scott Stapp from
as
Creed?
Frank Sinatra.
What?
Mhm. Yeah, that's right.
What?
That is correct. And that's probably, I would say, the most recent thing that you would probably know. Like, there's a whole bunch of like weird, obscure stuff that I've not even heard of. But yeah, she was definitely in like the late 90s and early 2000s. She was in a bunch of different stuff.
Okay, great. I'm so glad it's her birthday today.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing.
And Randy Moss is 48 years old today. Minnesota Viking.
He was a
Randy
Minnesota
Moss.
Viking.
Yeah.
Yes, he was.
Mm-hmm.
It's the best place to be when you're a football player.
Is on the Vikings?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I want to be. Never mind. We've talked about this
You
before.
know who else has having a birthday today?
Who?
Prince Jackson.
Who's that?
Michael Jackson's son, Prince.
Oh.
28 years old
No
today.
way.
Yeah.
I wonder where he is these days.
I don't know.
Poor Michael Jackson's kids.
What? Why?
I don't know.
I'm sure they're doing
I
great.
feel like they had a terrible upbringing.
I don't know
Maybe they
about
didn't.
that.
I don't know. I'm making
that's
assumptions.
That's all just outside looking in, isn't it?
It is. You're right.
Well,
It's
anyway.
also Peter Gabriel's birthday.
Is it really? I
Yeah.
didn't see that on the list.
It's on this list I'm seeing. 75.
I don't see that one on my list. I
Peter
see
Gabriel.
it's Jerry Springer's birthday.
I love Peter Gabriel. Let's talk about Peter Gabriel.
Okay.
He's the best.
Okay.
What Peter Gabriel song is your favorite?
I don't know.
I like Salisbury Hill.
Do you?
Yeah.
I typed in Peter Gallagher. That's a different
No,
guy.
that's Eyebrows Guy.
Yeah, that's eyebrows guy. Oh, funny. I don't know. Do you remember the I Can't Dance song?
Yeah.
Where they just walked?
Yeah, that's Genesis.
Yeah.
That's when he was in
Part
Genesis.
of that.
Okay.
But that's fun.
Okay.
Well, this has been neat.
This has been neat.
We
I
made
just-
up for the birthday
I
thing
mostly
yesterday.
just wanted to say thank you because you carried the show yesterday, and I wanted to apologize to the listeners because I was not fully performing. So it was not my best.
Well,
Not my best show.
You're feeling better today, and that's the good news.
It is good news.
Just do a little better each day. You're good to go.
Woot.
What are you cheering?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
doing a
Woo.
raise the roof.
To the sides. You're doing a push the walls is what you're doing. Woo woo.
I am taking an American Sign Language class, and I signed up for 2 classes.
Mm-hmm.
I still have 3 lessons left
In the first
in my
unit?
first class,
Uh-huh.
and then my second class started yesterday.
Okay.
Now, I didn't realize that I wouldn't be finished with the first one before I signed up for the second one.
Okay.
So I'm a little stressed.
Do
right
you
now.
have a deadline that you have to do a final? Like, do things have to be done at a certain time?
I don't know. I have to do some research on that
Okay.
because I still have 3 more lessons left, and they don't unlock. Our teacher only unlocks them on certain days. So on Wednesdays and Fridays is when a new lesson unlocks.
Gotcha.
So I did one last night, and then my new one started.
But you're a couple
But then
behind.
my next one won't open until Friday. I'm not a couple
Which is
behind.
tomorrow.
I'm on track. Yeah. So my next one will open tomorrow. And then I'll be finished with my first class by next week.
Okay. But the second class has already started.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You're behind.
No.
It feels like how is class 2 open and you're still
Don't say
3?
I'm behind. That makes me stressed out.
I'm not trying
behind.
to stress you out. I'm
not
trying to
behind.
understand.
I'm not behind. But here's what I did.
I'm
notice.
behind in my photography class,
Yeah, you are.
but that's because I haven't gone out to take photos.
So my first class is doing a lot of, and I know some sign language words, but I don't know how to put them together to make a sentence. And so that's why I wanted to really take this course to learn how to actually have a conversation with somebody who is deaf.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm learning to do. And it is tricky. And I've got a stack of vocabulary words that I
know.
practice every day.
You have like hundreds of cards on that.
Yeah, I do. And I feel like I'm doing pretty well. And then I was like, well, let me just log into my second class and see what that's like.
Yeah.
And the first class, we just go through the lessons, and then There's a discussion board, and we talk to other people on the discussion board, and we put different assignments up for other people. She doesn't grade any of the assignments.
Okay.
She doesn't look at the assignments. All that matters is our final test.
Okay.
And we have quizzes and stuff, and I'm doing pretty good on the quizzes. But again, those are not graded. The only thing that matters is our final test. When I logged into my second class yesterday, I found out that I'm going to have to record videos of me signing.
Right.
And that is terrifying.
Oh, you'll do great.
I'm scared about that.
Why?
Because I don't want to fail. It'll be okay.
Let's go all the way to the end and make it terrible outcome before we even try. Let's do that.
Stop.
Here comes the Josh train. Choo choo.
As I'm going through the second class, though, I go, oh, I don't know how it can be this much harder when I'm already, I've only got 3 lessons left in the first class.
Don't jump ahead. I
have to. You said I was behind.
No, don't jump ahead. Continue on the path that you're on. Just get it done.
What is your recommendation then? I mean, I need to check when my time frames are.
You probably need to spend a few extra nights getting caught up.
I'm not behind. I don't
understand.
I don't understand what you're thinking either.
I get a new unit in my photography class every Wednesday. I am on Unit 2. Unit 4 came out yesterday. I am 2 units behind.
Yeah, I get that.
How are you not behind if the second class started and you're not on it? You're behind.
Don't say that.
See? I'm behind, but you're not. It makes no sense to me.
But I'm not. I can't be behind if I haven't finished my first one.
I don't know what you're trying to say.
I haven't finished my first class.
I know. You should have probably by now.
I can't because the lessons are locked.
How did you jump ahead to the second class?
Bro.
All right.
I know. You're
making no sense.
Let me draw you a diagram.
Nah, I don't need that.
Let me mansplain this to you.
Nah.
I'm going to womansplain this.
Nah, I'm good.
No, you're going to listen.
Nah.
Now's the time for you to listen.
I'm good. Would you rather this or that?
Would you rather stay at work or go back to bed?
Go back to bed. Done. Easy. All right. Go take a nap. See ya.
I'm sleepy today. Okay, for realsies. Would you rather have a kangaroo tail to be able to balance on?
Those kangaroos are crazy.
I know.
I saw a guy say that he thought he could win in a fight against a kangaroo. And then he saw how big kangaroos can get. And when they rear back on that tail and they muscle flex out, he was like, my bad. I'm taking that back. I didn't realize they could get that big. I just thought they were little, like waist high, and I thought I could fight one. But no, I don't think I could.
No.
They're crazy.
They are. Okay, so a kangaroo tail that you can balance on.
Cool trick.
Or a monkey tail to be able to swing with.
Oh, these are good questions.
No.
What you picking?
I think I'm going to pick a monkey tail so I can swing.
You want to swing around?
Yeah.
What are you going to hook it onto? I mean, you'd have to have structure. You can't just swing around on nothing.
No. I'm in the trees. I'm going to swing in trees.
Oh.
Although,
you a big tree climber, are you?
No, and as I'm thinking about that, I was just thinking of the new sewing chair that I bought that I spun around it the other day and got dizzy from spinning in my chair.
You spun around in it a lot.
I was playing with the dog.
I don't think the dog had anything to do with it.
Yeah, the dog did. That's why it was spinning.
No, I think you just wanted to see if your new chair would spin.
No, she was getting my toes.
Mm-hmm.
And I got dizzy doing that. So
you spun for a lot. You spun a lot of times.
I know.
Swinging in a tree is not spinning circles.
Depends on how long you're swinging in a tree for, doesn't it?
Don't swing like a crazy person in a tree. What are you doing? Just use it to get around.
I might just pick a kangaroo tail. Always have a place to sit.
Yeah, just lean back. Lean back.
Yeah.
Lean back. Lean back. I'm going to take the monkey tail.
Why?
Because it's like having another arm that you can use to grab things with. And I like the idea of having extra appendage.
Okay. I'm going with the kangaroo tail.
All right. We can high five them.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah.
Mine will knock you out of the park, though, because it's so tough and muscular.
Just wrap mine around it and then swing around and then be up on your shoulders like a crazy person. Can't win. You can't win that. Come on now.
You can't win that.
Hey, check it out.
This
is kind of cool. I know you like an old school video game, and
yes.
I was just telling you I found for sale online an original Nintendo with like 15 or 20 different games, including Mike Tyson's Punch Out.
Mike Tyson Punch Out is a pretty good game,
right?
Does that have Excite Bike?
It did have Excite Bike. I read you the whole list, and you told me shh because you were trying to nap or something while I was telling you. I don't know.
You were saying a lot of words.
Yeah, it comes with all 3 Marios:
Sometimes
Super Mario Brothers and Duck Hunt, Mario Brothers 2 and 3, Excite Bike, the Golden Cartridge Zelda.
I don't know what that means.
Oh, it's so cool.
But I do know Duck Hunt, and I do know Mario.
Yeah, it also had Off Road, which is the little trucks on the little track. I love that game.
I don't know
had
that
the Ninja
game.
Turtles game. The off-road game was the same as the one they did in the arcade with the big steering wheels.
Oh.
And you had the gas pedal, and there was like 4 players, and they were like green, red, yellow, and blue.
Arcade game.
Yeah, but they had it on the Nintendo as well, and it was so cool.
Didn't have the steering wheel on the Nintendo.
No, but you didn't need it if you were good at the game. That game teaches you how to drift, which is a Mario Kart skill you need, by the way. Anyway, listen to this. There's a gamer who, I'm trying to find his name. Where is it now? He's called Summoning Salt. That's his gamer tag.
Okay.
He has completed the entire Mike Tyson TKO in under 2 minutes. Like it's not been able to be beaten in under 2 minutes in its entire 38 years of existence until now. And this guy, Summoning Salt, he beat the game in 1 minute 59.97 seconds. 0.03 seconds under the 2 minute thing. He has shown crazy dedication to the game. It took him over 5 years and 75,000 attempts in order to do this.
What's he going to do now? That's what I feel sad about. He's devoted so much of his time and energy to this game that when he's finished, he's like, what do I do now? That was my sole purpose.
It has never been done that somebody could knock out Mike Tyson in the game in under 2 minutes. He did it in 1:59.97.
I kind of want to compete against him.
You'll not have a good time.
You don't know me.
But it's all been recorded. It's been documented. I'm sure that this guy's going to get a cool thing to hang on his wall from Guinness, and that makes me sad. I just want one of those things so bad.
Try and beat his time.
I'm not.
You got to spend a lot of energy devoted to it.
It took him over 75,000 attempts in over 5 years.
I know.
If I start training now, I won't get that done until 2030 at the earliest.
But
and by then, somebody else is already training in the background that's not me.
That's true. Again, what's he going to do now?
He's going to move on to a different game. He TKO'd Mike Tyson in 1:59.
TKO.
No one else in the history of that game's 38 years has been able to do it. Except for that one guy who devoted 5 years of his life to trying to do it.
And now he's got nothing left to do with his life.
Nah, he'll do something else.
He'll find something else some other video game to devote his life to.
That's right. He's going to start training right away, and it'll be a fun time for him.
Fun time.
Fun time for him. Anyway, I know 1, I like a world record. 2, it's an old school video game, and that's pretty great. Game came out in 1987, I think. So anyway, well done to you, gamer.
Well done. Good job.
Yep. That's going to do it for me. And for you.
And for me.
And we're going to go have the rest of our Thursday. And then we'll be back tomorrow morning, bright and early. Check out the podcast. It's a replay of the whole show in about an hour. So if you missed any part of it, you can jump around. You can listen to your favorite parts. We timestamp it all now. So you can jump around and find the part you missed or want to hear again or you want to share with somebody.
Fancy.
I know. And you can listen everywhere podcasts are available. That means we're on Spotify. We're on YouTube. We're on Apple Podcasts, where everywhere podcasts are available. So go subscribe to the show, listen to the show, rate the show. You can comment on our YouTube stuff. If you want to see us play Halvesies, that video is on YouTube. Yep, we've got Halvesies. It's available online, and we'll see you later on. When?
Tomorrow on Valentine's Day.
Oh, you got any big plans for Valentine's Day?
Nobody's asked me.
Nobody's asked you what?
To be their Valentine.
Nobody?
Mm-mm.
Oh, no. Hang on just a minute. I got to push a button. We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to Wake Up Classy 97, the podcast. If you enjoy the show, please share, subscribe, and rate the podcast. Wake Up Classy 97 is hosted by Josh and Chantel Tyler and is a production of Riverbend Media Group. For more information or to contact the show, visit riverbendmediagroup.com.